물론 이미 이제 롤드컵이 끝나고 좀 올스타는 약간 예전 올스타는 좀 안 그랬던 것 같은데 이번 올스타 같은 경우에는 좀 재밌는 모드도 많고 그래서 좀 즐기는 올스타인 것 같아서 일단 최대한 즐기면서 하되 좀 이길 수 있으면 꼭 이기고 싶네요.
Welcome back, everyone. Korea and the CIS are readying up on stage for our final match of the day, with 100 points being awarded to the winners, and we heard it there for Prey. It's all fun, but we do want to win.
Winning is fun.
Yes, and Fire hasn't won
Losing
a lot
is
yet.
not fun. I've actually had games where I'm like, even if we lose this game, I'm like, wow, I would have had a really fun time. Like, you just get like the right set of
But
teammates.
you're casual, man. That's not fun at all.
No, I'm playing like ranked solo queue. I'm like Diamond 4 sometime. You know, like I'm like can pretend I'm good. You know, I got like the
Happy
band
little
and
losses for free.
yeah, happy little losses sometimes. You know.
That's why you're Diamond 4.
Yeah.
In any
Well, I
case,
decayed when I went to Worlds. You know.
Officio, what are you right now?
Diamond 5. Not relevant. Move on.
I'm silver,
actually-
so
You know,
hey, during Worlds,
let's
I
take a
dropped
look
down
at
like
the
doing
lineups. Starting for Team Fire, it is Korea's LCK with Marin, Socore, Faker, Prey, and Madlife. Looking for some points. This hasn't been the best for Team Fire yet. On the red side against him, it's our international wildcard representatives with Smurf, Dumajke, Kira, Lex, and Dimonko. As said already, CIS region got here through the heroic efforts of Kira, who showed here in the 1v1 today as well that he's just great at 1v1ing on Lucian and Kaylin. So that's the way they got here as well.
Kind of shaky in the 5-on-5 though. Like when they played Turkey in the
final,
final, he didn't really play too well. Smurf, who
Naru
was
had his number.
okay, normally also didn't play well. I'm looking at Lex, you know? AD carries are pretty strong in this patch here. Give him 3 items, give something that can protect him. Lex will take down Faker
Any 3 items.
and LCK. Any 3 items, close your eyes and buy 3 items. I don't care.
I mean, you think about it, right? Like Faker's basically Superman. How many times has Faker really, or has Superman ever really lost to Lex? In the lore of Superman, you know, Superman always
I'm gonna
comes out
say
on top.
0.
Yeah, so I mean,
Okay,
it's already been a story told in comic
How
books.
about how you counting losses? Lex has definitely won several times versus Superman. I mean, he's never killed him, but
So he never won.
Is this like the egg
yeah.
thing all over again?
It's been the
'Cause-
first time in the
is
history
that
of
winning?
Anyway, before we get into the game, we heard the players already. LCK squad, of course, they got a comp given to them, chosen by the fans before, so I think they might be out for revenge.
Yeah, and as much as Freak wants to convince you that losing is fun, losing is five melee champions versus Azir, Anivia, Ashe. That's not fun.
Tell us how you really
I think
feel.
that the LCK would like to have a victory. That's fun.
I think they do as well, and I do hear that the players are ready. So to see how this match will play out, let's pass it over to our casters.
Let's see, Shocks. Hopefully Fire can turn into the Superman. We'll make Ice Lex Luthor this time because we're down way too many points. This has just been a grueling All-Stars for Fire so far.
Yeah, and poor guys from the CIS. They're coming up against Korea as a nation, and then worst is they angered the beast. Korea got put into this really awkward team comp. They looked a little silly because they really couldn't do much. Right now they want revenge, and CIS is like, guys, I just want to play some League of Legends, and Korea like, no, we're just gonna stomp the living hell out of you. 20 minutes, surrender.
These aren't your safe 1v1s anymore. Yeah, but speaking of 1v1s, though, I do want to look at some of the lane matchups because Smurf was highly regarded at the International Wildcard All-Stars by Yamato Cannon. He's going up against Marin. And then Kira, who's been doing really well in 1v1s, is going up against Faker. But Kira actually doesn't have the same track record on the actual Rift itself. He has been taken down a lot.
It's kind of like a different puzzle once he gets into game. As well, I saw Smurf earlier. He was playing a little bit of Aurelia, so hopefully that's going to be some aggression he wants to bring to Marin in that sense. We are going to get a champion select, so let's figure out what these teams have for each other. Our last game here of day 1 of the 2015 All-Star Tournament, but there's 4 days to go. And also, if you missed any of today, there will be a rebroadcast a time after we end this one. So keep an eye out for that and keep an eye on social media for when it will be. Into picks and bans, and we're seeing more of the same on that ban list.
No, I just want to see Madlife on Thresh. That's just my goal, because when he actually toys with his opponents and he puts them on the run, he has very good predictions with the hooks, and that actually makes Stomp still entertaining.
So in that sense, do you actually like try to learn while casting, watching somebody like Madlife play a Thresh in game?
Oh, I know what he's doing.
I already know. I think 2 steps ahead. So Callista gets banned out. 3rd one coming in from Fire on the LCK side. They look like they're going to put 100 points here in their favor if they can get this, and it is much needed as IWC goes for a last ice ban of Alistar.
Oh man, they are knocking out so many things that I don't think are as relevant anymore. Marin playing the Rumble, I know it's a great champion for him. Faker's Rise, and then the Alistar at Madlife. There's so much still available, and they go for the Mundo immediately, and that's a flex pick. It can go top, and you can also put it in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely Mundo, really high priority on this patch. Can do some pretty interesting things. Overall, though, the response, Lulu at least, I think are great picks here overall. Could have maybe went for like a Quinn jungle, because I think if you really want to beat these guys, you may want to just straight up snowball with that Quinn. Picking a pretty safe macro approach here from IWC, so I'm not sure how that's the right plan to fight LCK, but we'll see.
How are they going to take it? I mean, Faker just lost a 1v1. He must be tilted. We've seen CIS winning 1v1s because Kira is training the rest of the team finally. This could be big.
Yeah, next time I'm on the desk, my entire chair is going to be sideways because all of Team Fire has been tilted in this tournament. 1v1s, it's not working out. The pick 10, it's like, what have you guys done to us?
Yeah.
And now, LCK, they want to come up with a victory here on this 5v5 game mode here, and they have great power picks.
Yeah, and we're seeing that this Quinn come in. Did get changed a lot right now. Just the buff on the Q, like the blind, makes it so annoying to play. You don't really see it when you're spectating, but the vision drop is so hard to deal with. In addition to the speed on the ultimate, she can just show up. Usually when you see a player show up on the minimap, you expect a certain amount of time for that player to traverse the map. Doesn't matter for Quinn. She can go from top to bottom in like literally like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and despite these champions being flex picks, I was looking at them, I'm like, wait, Quinn jungle, Mundo top. It's actually probably going to be Trundle top, Mundo jungle, and Quinn AD carry.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense to me here. And IWC, the CIS, they're actually getting a lot here as well.
Could be Trundle support.
That is true. We have seen Trundle support.
It could be. I would like that. I also like Quinn in a solo lane, so it would make me really sad if they use her at AD carry because I want to see the potential. As somebody like, I don't even know, Marin
like a waste.
out with it.
Feels like a waste putting on AD carry.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Especially when things like Lucian and Misfortune are open.
The Kench, though, picked up on the other side off the bench, can be able to eat up Lex if he gets into any trouble. They actually have quite a bit of denial here on the side of Ice. So once Fire thinks they've got deep enough for a kill, you got a lot of denial here from a Wild Growth, getting eaten, a Repel, a lot of things on the board.
Still thinking about it. I think yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. It's a new thought.
No, I think it might be Quinn mid, actually. I've seen that before. Quinn mid.
Okay, yeah.
Quinn mid, Trundle top, Mundo jungle sounds like the most. Okay, never mind.
Okay, no, that's just a hover.
Maybe
it's
like
a hover.
because they got 5 melees, they're just gonna
my God.
Bruiser champions.
But the CIS team comp, 4 of these guys actually played on hard random together.
Right.
So they have a lot of synergy, and they were using it during the IWCA, and Tom Kench was actually picked for Dimonko 6 out of their 10 games, and they always seem to play compositions that are focused around Lex on Tristana or Vayne, and he waits to get through the laning phase, and then he carries the game later. So it's just all stall compositions here. And
yeah, LCK rounds out with LeBlanc. I'm done trying to predict, so we'll see how they swap around. But IWC, well, really good protect the Vayne comp, and they just need like one more champion to round that out. Looking for the Malphite hover right now, but overall they have the denial if Vayne gets caught with the time Kench. We have the buff on the Vayne. The only issue you would say is lack of damage, so Fiora right here can actually fix that. They are very one-dimensional though in their damage output, especially since Lulu in the later parts of the game is going to more into a utility role rather than an AP damage player.
yeah,
Do we actually get a try-hard game from both sides? Go ahead.
yeah. Tryhard is kind of banned. They banned it at the analyst desk.
Oh, that's right.
It's a serious game. We overuse that.
We
term.
do
It
what
got-
we want
it got
here though
burnt
on
out.
Caster Island. It's a try-hard game.
Yeah,
This one's TH squared, boys.
I actually really like what Fire ended up doing here. The LCK squad, they took Trundle as early as possible, so you can't counterpick the Mundo in that jungle or the top lane, because that is an extraordinarily good pick, and then they made it so we have all of these power picks to ourselves, and they're utilizing them. You could see that the IWCA team, they were banning things that are a little bit of relics here. Like, it's a little bit part of the past.
That's true.
It's not updated.
So how do you feel it's going to work?
I think the LCK squad just has so many power picks right now. It's hard to tell. And you did call the Trundle support as well.
I mean, Quinn did end up an 80 carry though, so interesting.
A few unfortunate things. Madlife doesn't get thrashed. Quinn's at 80 carry. It's okay.
I will take Quinn AD carry if I get Faker LeBlanc.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the trade I will make here.
That's one of like the 10 commandments of League. Don't give Faker LeBlanc. It's going to be a bad situation for you. I guess unless you're running Morgana in the mid lane and your name's Pawn. But we are going to be heading into our final regional match of the day, the 5v5 between the LCK and the IWC. It is going to be huge. Team Fire win the hashtag or Team Ice win at LOL Esports. Make sure you are heard on social media. As we head into the matchup, we're going to see who gets some points in their favor.
I think it's just hashtag Ice win, hashtag
Oh, you're
Fire
right. I
win.
said team.
Yeah,
Not team.
You were probably
I know,
listening
Fire
to
win.
Deficio earlier, who managed to screw them up at least 4 times in a single cast, which was impressive
That's
in its
true.
own
Yeah.
right. But yeah, overall, thematically though, the Quinn AD carry does make sense into a protective Vayne composition, because that blind is going to really pay dividends when Vayne can't even see who she's attacking, and the entire team relies on Vayne carrying in these fights.
Yeah, and when somebody gets hit with the blinding assault, you basically are an AD carry with 300 range at that point. Doesn't matter if you're Tristana or anything like that, and it's a 1,000 range skill shot, so you can hit any AD carry, even being out of their range.
I haven't seen too much Gnar play here, if any, so far at the All-Star Tournament.
It is a great Marin champion, though. You have to ban that out, or you had to ban that out back in the past.
Right.
There's just so many things in the top lane. Ooh.
It's actually smart. You can do that. Smite will come up again. I can easily just smite a Spiraling, get some extra gold. That's a little minute thing, but it's definitely worth doing. And then just in the top lane, yeah, Gnar, I think it works well into Fiora. It sounds like a matchup where you can keep her at bay with relative ease.
I think he'll be able to get in, get that frozen mallet early, and you're definitely not going to be doing anything in lane, that's for sure, if he chooses that build. We will see the start in the bottom side by Ice. Not a lot of lane swaps coming in with these teams. They're going standard since it hasn't been a practice thing within that kind of
Yeah, not
squad.
only are they going standard, there's no jungle camp leash here because the jungle got changed a little bit. Doing camps will no longer grant you as much experience because you need that boost from the jungle item. That's why we see actually a hard leash here, just power farming that jungle up, making up so for a really interesting level 3 gank in the top lane that will maybe decide the early pace of this game.
Good. Everybody's taking my jungle level 1. I had it.
I'm still taking it.
No.
I thought you meant good for the early pace.
Because actually the way, hang on, you see it right, the way the bottom lane minions, they've been changed recently so that they all die literally within the same 2-second span, so you can actually still take a camp and lose 0 creeps on lane. Still worth it. So junglers, keep crying. You should still take those camps as bot lane.
Yeah, that change was the first minion will not get focused down in the very first minion
Right,
wave.
he
So
doesn't
there's
take
no
like 3 minions and like, fight me!
Exactly. They won't focus it down. There's no RNG if you were doing a jungle camp and you come back, you're like, oh, well, my lane is done, but no more of that.
Happy for the laners.
Oh!
Okay, the vault onto him will slow him down. It actually doesn't hit the Q though. Good trade, definitely a win in the health department. We'll see Marin keeping Smurf back to his turret, level 2. Marin should hit 3 here. Nice and easy, but it won't give him too much more of an advantage on the lane. Smurf should be fine. Those TPs are up. Mid laners will not be running TP. They're looking for kills. Ignite in the mid lane, and Faker's already got his passive down.
Man, I'm watching Score this game. That jungle Mundo, 13 CS already. Very, very close to highest in the game. And he just keep go back forth. No ignite.
Oh. I think it was the EQ ignite that he was looking for after that flash. Not enough mana though. Whoops.
Good react flash there from Faker though, respecting the potential damage coming out. Q wouldn't have been enough to kill him, but
Right.
keeps him in lane at least.
At least they time each other's flashes, right? Helpful.
With their own flash. You do that all the time. You know, that's what I'm doing. I'm just timing his flash.
Oh boy. Double buff to Maj.
Gotta Madlife that. Gotta predict that.
Gotta be in the mind of your opponent. Even Marin even walks into the river a little bit, knowing there won't be too much of a rebuttal there from Dumajke. He goes back into his own jungle. Looks like bot lane has been pushed out a little bit. A nice pillar placed beautifully on the wall, calling for Dimonko to have to eat up lane.
Yeah, that's the strategy of this lane. You pillar so Quinn can close the gap, get the top like the jump off, and then start whacking away at the Vayne. But as Kench does, just hard counters these really elaborate setups. Just whop every time.
No
Power.
I feel like this is like a Lee Sin versus Elise, right? You're always gonna hit spiderlings instead of your target, and you just want to pull your hair out. Oh! He played it! He's going down with a retribution kill from Kiro, but he played that mimic so nicely. Or mirror image, I should say.
So there's actually a strange mechanic when you get a counter kill on somebody. If you are the one who dies first, but you get an ignite counter kill, if it's a solo kill,
Right.
you don't get experience.
Nope.
If there's an assist on it, you do get experience. So Faker actually ends up getting a slight bit of experience over Kira when everything's all said and done.
Yep, because Kira was dead. Great call there, and good eye. Looks like Marin trying to give Smurf the time of day in the top lane as he keeps him pushed up against the turret. Only 1-1 so far, so muscles have been flexed on both sides. No real advantage gained. This bot lane, though, trying to get their shots in when they can, but Lex has to be careful he doesn't get vaulted and queued. That blind put him in a sore spot. He's pretty much relying on Dimonko to save him.
And there's the level 5, see? And he's still got a big minion wave there as well. So that counter kill happening in that order is actually very big for this team.
Smurf. Oh, the flash.
Oh, he has flash,
Flash
too!
Q,
He has
flash
Q!
Q. Got him. There it is. It's going to be Smurf coming up with the kill. 2-1 now as mid lane also going a bit hard. And that's going to be... Go ahead.
What ELO is his main?
Oh.
He just solo
Like,
killed
what
the
did you think?
MVP of Worlds.
We played it smart, right? There's definitely a bit of, not disrespect there, but you're saying, you know, this isn't going to be punished, this isn't going to be punished, and Smurf is finding that. He is getting in for the punishes. He's got to walk back to lane, but it looks like Marin's going to do the same, even with, no, Marin will TP up and push this wave into the third.
Yeah, definitely impressed here with Kira and Smurf. Kira playing forward. It would be so easy to just be scared of Faker. He's not afraid to even flash aggressively on Faker. Continually start pushing him in, and then Smurf with a really nice play. Kunir score, no ultimate yet, so he has to be careful here. This is not the point of the game where Mundo is strong.
Row. Oh, it looked like Kira turned away there for a second, actually, but still good damage to be dealt.
They could group mid and actually siege this tower because Faker's out of mana. So if they actually moved in here in mid lane with both Kira and Dimajke, I think they could have done a lot of damage and pressure on that tower, kept Faker down.
Looks like Dumajke is going to go for a utility build here too. He has the warding smite. So he's able to swap.
These are absolute plays that I love. The rinse and repeats. You know the teleport is down. You're going to make the guy have a long walk. Baker's going to have to take that walk as well. And Ice taking control of the map here. Man, they make an advantage out of it, though. He got Faker! Oh, no way! You have to be kidding me!
Faker!
Kira gets a kill onto Faker. Doesn't even have to use Ignite. Doesn't even have to use his
And
flash.
previously that Wild Growth interrupting the distortion, not allowing to do damage up in the top lane. Dimajke, he learned from a mistake, closed the gap, forced Marin to juke a little bit. Lex should be able to get Devour or Tumble out of here, so he's fine. Back to that top lane, he held the cocoon this time. He forced the cocoon from point blank range.
Good sight.
Really hard for Marin to dodge. Marin he was never the target to be killed. Just chunked down the lane. Again, advantage them for Smurf later on. So IWC team here playing extremely well together.
Also flip-flopped Amo's top teleport, so we could see a play from Smurf if he gets control of that lane again and the team wants to do something in this bot lane. Prey and Madlife have been quite aggressive, so a ward behind them could be detrimental. Dimonko and Lex still farming it up, 55 to 65 in this lane, so Prey is seeing a bit of a lead.
Now when these champions hit level 6, Faker can start roaming, Prey can actually start roaming. If they continuously have the lane push, right now they can't capitalize on that because Lex and Dimonko are still farming, but a level 6 Quinn can simply roam to the mid lane. Kira right now in trouble.
Almost had a flash, but no.
Wild Growth is not there. Very nicely played. Pinged out by Socore. Faker as well coming around from the side.
That's why you timed their flash with your flash.
Yeah, and that's why you time blue buffs too, because he was actually walking over likely to pick up the blue buff or just picked it up. Didn't quite see that. But on the way back, he just insta-gib, and this is the 7 minutes 45. If you know the jungler starts blue, you know that buff will be up. He will likely move there. So really good game read here
Going to the outside
from
too.
Socore and Faker.
Saw Dimajke on the other side, so he's just going to do his red buff as well and just pretty much get all of the buffs on the map in this side.
Saw that ping out. Very nicely done by Socore to keep grabbing an advantage for his team. He knows the lanes are hurting a little bit, and he hasn't actually been in for too many ganks. Just making sure things aren't happening for Ice rather than ganking.
Pretty greedy there from Kira to walk back the unsafe path to mid lane without knowing where the jungle is. And look what Socore did. Got both buffs. Got that blue buff from earlier too.
Woo! Quick blue suede shoes by Dumajke, stepping out of that one. Knows though, they have an idea of where Socore is, and here's a bit of a rotation for wards in the bot lane. Prey putting some down to make sure they can go a little bit aggressive.
Oh, sure, going for more, but Madlife, of course, just going to back off.
River vision is incredibly important if you're running Quinn AD carry as well, because you push up and then the threat in the middle lane. Faker, all he needs to do is connect the chains, because the damage will come from whoever joins that party, whether it's Madlife here, whether it's Socore, whether it's both of them.
Or everybody!
Oh,
Nope.
Oh,
there's that denial we were talking about in Champ Select. Dimonko to another lane, and he saves Kira's life. Flash used, however. Wild Growth as well, but they get him out alive. He just came back to lane, and it would have been even worse for him to go back down. You can see Prey had an idea to help as well, seeing that ultimate from Quinn. The speed around the map could still be something Fire uses here to get control later in the game. Is it kind of... It's obviously toned down, though, when you bring Quinn to an AD carry, because you're still trying to get that CS. You're not one split pushing.
no, Dimajke going for a kill here!
Oh! I choose correctly, sir. Takes down Faker. Faker not having the greatest.
Go for the one with Ignite on it.
Yes.
Cue that one. That's the real one.
Burning, try and kill it. Yeah.
But yeah, you were talking about Quinn being a little bit toned down.
Yeah,
It also ends up in scaling as well, because Quinn scales incredibly well, but it's not the same type of full crit build, right? You usually go for a Yumu's Ghostblade first, and then you start going for, like, some people go Essence Reaver, Static Shiv. It's not the same type of build path. So, but Quinn still does an incredible amount of burst and has great utility to her kit.
Now you can see Lex keeping himself nicely shielded by his minions
Whoa.
for most of the time. A huge vault through, though. Puts Prey right where he can hit that Q. Blind target gets him more damage, and it looks like they won't be able to add any more there. Knowing Dimonko could stop a lot of this.
It's actually quite interesting because the pillar came up and stunted Prey's own vault, so he actually ended up closer for more auto attacks as Lex was walking away. So that was actually pretty cool. I don't know if that was intended or not, but it ended up working out. And a little too far up, Marin.
Oh!
First got flash again.
Maybe tiny vitals on a tiny Gnar, but he can still hit him. Flashes it out. Looks like he'll go back. May TP back lane, depending on how well that is pushed. Dumajke to the back, but he's getting hit by Grom damage as well. That's not going to help him whatsoever. Does not want to be there. Neither of them do. No chain coming out of Faker. I thought Kira was actually going to get double locked up there for a second. Could there be a chase? Quarter of a mana bar for Kira, but does not look like they can get any kills out of this. Not enough vision. Oh, wait
a fake one. Oh!
Whoa! That was close. Very, very close.
I mean, no more double Qs on this Lulu, like back in the day. Overall, teleport from Smurf could have made that turn out around, but good moves there from the LCK squad, though. The triple pink ward in the river, I really like seeing that. Pink ward's so strong right now. Faker, not afraid of dying.
No, that's one thing I've always noticed about Faker, the rest of the team as well. When they commit to something like that, it seems like someone like Faker's just putting a little extra damage in. But the other person gets baited into a fight, and then you see 3 people come over the shoulder of Faker and kill you. It's something LCK teams do all the time. We almost saw a bit of it right there. Prey, he'll be easily able to clean this up. Almost actually got the attack there with the help of Valor. It's okay. It's okay.
Shame on you.
That's his way of saying, I'm not tryhard.
His support wasn't there to kill it for him. Blame the supports on this one.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Why aren't you warding for me? I don't need to buy.
So that's an incorrect back for Madlife. Yeah, got a back.
I was actually looking at this top lane matchup, and it's just getting so much attention here for Smurf. But Smurf, in terms of keystones, he actually took Grasp of the Undying, the one that does percent HP and also heals you.
Good teleporter. Smurf coming in the back though. Faker, distortion.
All right, Madlife should be
here's
okay
Prey,
on
though.
this one. He's going to flash out. His vitals will not be tagged. Smurf, he's going to get taken down. He dashes away on that. Kira, low on mana, can't help. Dimonko actually thinks that he was becoming the flank support. But what is that? You don't flank support.
Dimonko is really wishing there was a cancel button on that, on that voice. He's like, guys, I'm here.
Oh, there it is. Cancel button.
Cancel.
So we'll see what happened. Dimonko is probably like, hey, Abyssal Voyage cast on its own. It put me in the middle of the fight.
I don't
know
actually
what
think
happened.
he even used it there. I think it's still up right now.
You're right.
But yeah, so he walked there.
Yes.
Just the flanking support, just being like, I'm here, guys. Like, I got their backs. They can't retreat. Wait, what's going on?
I'm out of mana, says Kira.
Oh.
He's like, I'm out of mana. I couldn't attack mid. I don't know what's going on here.
Ref, usually when you kill Faker a couple times,
Yeah.
the game should be over. Is that not how it goes?
Like, is
No?
it?
Yeah, take
This
some
isn't
time.
like
We
1v1
killed
rule.
midnight.
Oh, what?
That's not this fun game mode, kill Faker. That's not what we're playing here.
We've completely took him out multiple times. Impressive though, so far in the early game.
Nah,
IWC here. They've
some really good-
made some moves.
Some really good
Absolutely.
moves, just smart gameplay, like the way he played, the aggressive flash, came with some vigor, pixies at the right timing, landing his proxy Qs in the top lane, Smurf as well going in, the pressure. Overall, yeah, pretty impressed. I honestly thought this would be like GG20 stop.
Yeah.
If I'm
Not gonna lie, I was right there.
But no.
I do think that the composition from LCK is a little bit strange because they just took all these power picks and it just looks like they're slotted into places that may not be ideal for them, just like Trundle and Quinn.
True.
But they just try to take everything, right? That's when you're holding too much. But at the same time, they are playing incredibly well on the CIS side. The 4 of these guys that were on hard random together had that communication, and then you just add in the jungler, and it seems to work really well for them. But the guys I was talking about right when we started this, Smurf, and Kira have both solo killed the members across the rift from them, the world champions.
It's very, very true. Interesting to see these two go down the quickest. But then again, I guess that would be the thing you have on your plate as IWC, saying, let's get in the minds of the two players that could probably raffle stomp alone against our entire team and put them down, because Marin would do that even though they banned his champions, and so would Faker on LeBlanc.
But regardless of the kills, though, the gold stayed for the majority of the game relatively even. Can't remember what it was right before the pause, but overall, if you go back to the game, LCK actually slightly ahead of gold. And looking at the tower, it's only going to make it worse. And more importantly, Lex, he kind of has to hard carry this game. Later on, the composition is built almost entirely around him in fights, mostly because Smurf will be split pushing. But it's incredibly hard to do that against the pillar. Once she's behind the Vayne, she can't actually make use of her tumble, can't get past it to the pillar. And then the blind is so easy to hit, so Vayne gets nullified, and then IWC will be in trouble.
It's a little strange, too, on Lex's build. The first item, Rapid Fire Cannon. Sometimes you see Static Shift for Wave Clear, sometimes you see Blade of the Ruin King still, and Rapid Fire Cannon seems a little bit premature in this build. That seems like something that way later on you get. And even then, you trade it off for like a Phantom Dancer, which is still very good on Vayne, despite the current state of Phantom Dancer.
If you were to put two things in front of me and call it Rapid Fire or Static Shiv, though, I would definitely buy a Rapid Fire Cannon. So, I'm with Lex. Gotta go with Lex on this one. Then again, that's why I'm play-by-play. 15 minutes coming off of the game.
You're like, it's a pretty red color, let's buy it.
It gives me this circle at one point that's longer than my actual range.
I appreciate your analysis, though.
4-4. Let's see what they can do here, if any kills are going to come from this. There was a bit of movement down in the bot lane by Socore, but it looks like he's just going to hold off. And they commit to this. Lex takes a lot. Yeah, Socore definitely wants this now. Level 9 jungler coming in as well. And this could be bad. Dimonko on Grey Health now. Lex is the target. They're both a target. Usually you just go for one, but they want the full plate and dessert. Lex under the turret. Score's going in with the ultimate. He hits a cleaver before the flash. Can he finalize the kill? It's going to be the hit coming in. Very nicely done from Prey. That's going to be another walk in the I think I can situation from Kira, but he cannot.
Yeah, everybody dies helping each other. Lex should have just flashed a lot earlier, and then we see as well, like, something we haven't talked about. Another counter to this Vayne carry is like you just steal the 80 from the Vayne, like the Trundle Bite. I believe still steals some attack damage there from Lex, so it's incredibly hard for them to find back. Finally identified the counter to Tahm Kench, you know. Don't let him devour his 80 carry, just kill him first, then kill the 80.
Trundle's actually an interesting pick against Tahm Kench as well.
Right? You can eat your 80 carry, but if you can't get out from the pillar, then you're going to spit out your 80 carry.
Got a good range on it, too.
Maj not liking that situation very. Almost lost red buff over to Faker.
Stop burning.
But he did burn Faker's Ignite.
Yeah, we paused the game on roughly even gold, and right now 5,000 gold in the lead.
Yeah, what? They took out a loan. That's the only way. That or they got really good investment. Just 2 minutes later, they have come up with that gold lead now. Marin hasn't seen really any pressure since Dumajke has been kind of repairing the rest of the map right now. A lot of action to the bot lane, and that's left Marin to get quite big. 30 CS advantage for him and Prey in the bot lane.
Coming around, though.
Here's Prey coming in with the help of Valor. He's going to throw down the Blinding Assault onto Kira. He's figuring out where to go and what to do. The team's getting saved. There's the pillar you were talking about, Cyrene. Smurf actually can't get that far away, but they also don't really have enough vision to keep going for what team or what members of Team Ice are coming back to the fight.
Oh, that was nice. Nice little kickback there off the vault. Score from the back. No, Faker's here too on this side.
Score coming in huge. That's a dead Smurf. A 1-2 punch.
Might be a dead CIS team.
All right, they're waiting for the E from Dimonko. Now they can attack everybody. Dimonko ate somebody, and then you saw Faker's eyes light up to go in for the kill.
That's the worst, when the enemy like plans out to play for you and is like, this is exactly what we're gonna do. You're all bunched up. We know it's gonna happen. 3, 2, 1. Faker AoE there.
Yeah.
W, mimic that W. It feels so good as a LeBlanc player to get that off. It's so satisfying.
It's like same point. You don't even go anywhere else. Just like, thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, not enough. Condemn.
Oh, that's just a huge. We were talking about it just a moment ago. That pause came out very close to gold. 10,000 already. 17 minutes in. Incredible. Just after that pause, just keeping the momentum up. A lot of these turrets don't get very strong until 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a great play.
Yeah, Score is literally just hurting the cattle. Marin too, you know, 1 exit, 2 exit, 3 exits, all covered. Faker,
bring him here.
He just throws go.
To the team too. He's like, where's everybody grouped? I'll spit you there.
It's a nice cue from Prey as well. That does a lot of damage, especially when you have the Yomo's Ghost Blade because of the armor penetration on it. So good. And
That's one of the things that kills me playing. I love playing as Quinn, but against Quinn, you're like, oh, I think I dodged this, but it hit my minions and I still took full damage.
Or worse, my teammate. You know, it's like playing.
Yeah, I'll block it for you.
I was gonna juke it.
I was punished for your mistake.
Yeah, it feels good.
That's how I feel about Sejuani Ultimate. Like, I dodged it, but he didn't.
Thanks for the help, buddy. Hey, Prey going hard here. Madlife is just on his backside. I don't think they're going to be able to finalize that turret kill, but they will finalize the most kill. Oh, wait a minute. He got eaten. No, he's not. He's still alive. There he is. He went repel. That denial from both Elise and Tom Kench catching me off guard, but it looks like they're still able to catch both of those champions. Double kill again for Prey. 7-0-5 on Quinn.
Yeah, Marin flashed in mid-hex, tried to ulti. Everybody was waiting for it. You could hear like a pin drop, and then where's the ulti? Okay, then he comes out, kills him anyways. Too far ahead right now, LCK. So hard for IWC to really do anything. Lex is getting countered in every single facet if he's even in the fight. Most of these like protect the Vayne comps don't really work very well if Vayne isn't present.
Yeah.
It's definitely a start. Look at this. Is Vayne going to be present for much longer?
Oh, Pillar against Vayne is rough. That's about all there is to say. Oh, the sigil! It counts. It hits. Faker gets another kill for himself. A double there. They just came off another double that Prey had. They're just going through the batting order of IWC right now.
And they also have a Rift Herald onto Marin right now. They picked that up a couple minutes ago, and now they're just pushing with it, and that's how they got these turrets so fast as well. Marin, though, looking for more.
Somehow we said earlier this would be a 20-minute game, and we thought it was going longer than that, but that pause for Fire put them on top. They figured out whatever they needed to do and just opened the floodgates. Have been relentless now for the past 5 minutes to give themselves a 14,000.
They were just eating the cow before they slaughtered it.
Yeah, just get it big and fat. Get it big and fat.
And then it's like, okay, go. Let's get us some.
I'll take that fillet cut, please. So it's going to be Dragon now 2 for LCK. I do not believe IWC is going to be able to do much more than repair these side lanes. Mid lane is crushing through as well, which means LCK has their eyes possibly on top or bottom, depending on what they want. Baron has just entered the party.
And it might be on the table very soon for the LCK squad.
Yeah.
You can do it with Mundo with the percent HP that he has on his Q and on his E of his own HP. You do it rather quickly, and you pretty much take no damage because you just ultimate during it. No problem.
Man, just look at the builds. The difference in items is...
There's a surplus of items now for LCK.
Painting the picture. Dimonko, he gets the ward.
I got it! I did it! One job.
One ward, one kill. There's the double. Everybody's getting a double here. It's like, it's your turn to get a double, Marin.
You get a double. You get a double.
Everybody
double
gets
for
a
everyone.
double kill. All right, red buffo.
Except for you,
Prey.
Madlife. Just one.
Madlife doesn't know. He's fine. It'll be the Baron for them in a no contest coming in from IWC with jungler and support down here. 5,000 health on the Baron.
Marin leaves early. He's like, guys, you guys play PvE. I want some more big.
I'll push the lane so we can keep doing this.
Marin leaves early. Sounds just like SPT as well.
Damn.
Too soon.
Wow. Anyway. No. Great play so far coming from everybody around. Even getting put down as much as they did in the early game. It's something you've always seen from LCK players is that mentality they can keep and continue to use no matter what happens to them. Remember Faker getting killed in the mid lane and he was smiling and laughing. That means you can come back and do things like you do now. Just continue.
Faker is the strong Belwas in this situation. He lets you cut him once, in this situation 3 times, and then he kills you.
There goes Dimonko.
Yeah.
His flash goes down in the end. He thought he could save himself. Lex, a few more hits. Oh, the blinding assault. Blinding kill there. Flash and heal used. It looks like they're going to be onto the Nexus turrets. They are tanking away right now, and the lasers absolutely cutting through the resistances, but still able to stay long enough, micro each other in and out to make sure they haven't taken too much damage. The last Nexus turret going down, 22 minutes on the clock, and they are chasing Kira out of his own base. He's like, wait, if it's a 1v1, I got all of you. Just 1v1 me. It was the 2v1. That's
Faker
not what...
sends his regards.
From Faker with love, 24-4. It's going to be LCK picking that one up for Fire. Give me 100 points.
Finally.
Absolutely.
Team Fire
Actually,
on the
yes.
board.
Finally.
You can tell they came out here and
It's
they were
all
just
right.
like, you know what time is it right now? You know, we've been here a while.
We're the NA side. It's traditional. We'll go for baseball. You look at the first few pitches. You make sure you want to hit the third one when they think they had you on the ropes, and you knock it out of the park. Another 100 points for Fire. Knocks it out of the park, and we're going into day 2 a little bit closer. I like it.
A little bit. That 1v1 bracket, though, is looking
little bit.
quite scary for Fire.
There's a lot of ice points to be had there. You can see IWC here shaking hands. Great sports about the game. That great early game as well.
I mean, they can be happy with this. I think overall, this game turned out to be better than most people expected. It was enjoyable overall. Some nice plays there from IWC guys. I think they can go home today, or not home, but back to the hotel. Reasonably pleased.
Really? Crepo? Like that? No, I'm just kidding.
Just send him home, boys. You lost against the Koreans. It's over. Go home.
Well, they can also come back tomorrow happy as well. We want them back.
Yeah, they have played against the Koreans, which means you no longer have to play them.
Well, we'll see what happens. We have a lot to go over. We're going to send it to the analyst desk so they can start doing that.
Do we?
Yeah.
In any case, that's
start
100
desking.
points. That's 100 points for
Solo
Team
kills.
Fire at the end of the day. And solo kills in the beginning for Kira on
And
Faker.
Smurf.
So what happened?
They killed him.
No, after.
As we already saw from the one-on-one competitions, right? The CIS guys, they know how to play their 1v1s, right? So there you go. But I mean, that's still impressive. Like,
Yeah.
Smurf straight up solo killed Marin.
Yes.
That's freaking good. That's some solid stuff right there, right? Like,
Freak could have done
very
it.
few
That's
people.
what he's trying to say.
No, I mean, very few people.
Solo kill, good.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, top level analysis coming in here. But I mean, you have what you expect, right? Like, even if your individual player skill, like your laning skill, is close, and for the most part, most pros are reasonably close to each other in that regard, you still have the fact that, like, these are long-term veterans here from Korea, whether they're shot callers, they've been playing professionally for like 3 years in some cases, and that cohesion and that knowledge of how the game works at a team level wins some games.
Vicious making faces at me while you're talking. But I wanted to point out 2 specific things, because I liked Kira's play. He had some sneaky glitter lances when Faker wasn't paying attention, hit him with some very long range, very accurate ones. And he also had good timing on his ultimate to interrupt the LeBlanc distortion when she was coming in, so you didn't take damage from it. So there's these small little strong mechanical plays that these guys deserve credit from, even though they lost the game.
I mean, Faker could also just said, okay, every time I try and trade with you, you can out-trade me. So I'm just not going to do that on some of my junglers here, but he kept wanting to try and get revenge. It obviously cost him quite a bit. Marin dying in the top lane. Disappointed. I mean, first of all, he had the option to go trundle top. That is OP. That is so strong. And then they put on for support, like for Madlife, and it did nothing. That was boring.
You were just mad because you were wrong.
Maybe.
Javistio said, and I quote, 100 million %.
100 million billion.
100 million billion
And 2.
% that it's Trundle top, Dr. Mundo,
Yeah.
Jungle, Quinn 80 carry.
Yes, and it was Quinn 80 carry. And Mundo Jungle.
Yeah, wow, that's really close
let's
to
move
100
on.
million
Shucks,
billion
move on.
% right there.
Moving on, let's take a look at the points after day 1 here. I was going to say the IWC, but they did really good, but it is the All Star Event. Team Fire ending up at 100 points thanks to that win from the LCK, but 250 points for Team Ice. So Fire is on the board, but well, pretty good day for Ice so far, I would say. And the day's over, so I mean, it's going to stay a good day.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also,
agree.
the one-on-one tournament, Ice is setting up to get more points right now. So they're even investing into the future, where it's going to get even better.
Yeah, good stuff coming. But for now, though, there's more good stuff coming because we're going to hand it over to Pulse for an update on your LPL play of the year.
Thanks, Sharks. And we've been counting up the vote over at Twitter, and the majority have called for Def's Pentakill, followed by Rocky's Outplay and Godvy's 1v1 coming in at third. So, for one more time, let's take a look at Def's takedown on LDG in your 2015 LPL Big Play.
Mako's not here, and Def now peeled away, but Koro does so much work in the back line, but it might not be enough here. Pawn needs to find a kill to win, but he sets us out. Imp gets the kill. That's 2 kills. Def goes back in, flashes aggressive. Pawn needs to hide away. Def, what the hell? Gets a triple kill, gets the quadra, gets the pentakill. What on earth is going on?
There we go, an amazing play indeed. We're just 1 day into the All-Star event, and we've heard from a lot of you with the hashtag All-Star Big Plays. From @G1132 writes, OMFG, Huni is just a beast. He's the man. Get ready for the Jax attack. Here is your big play of the day.
Huni, Counter-Strike is charging. That's a 4-man stun. Bjergsen's already down.
And then Huni goes in with the flash 4-man stun. Bjergsen's down. That's both carries for Team Fire already dead.
I mean, you casted. those things. So maybe Freak wants something to say about it.
I mean, it's awesome. This guy's super good. I'm glad he's going to be representing
He didn't
North
cast
America.
it.
Well,
that's
Kobe.
Enough, Kobe. He's
Yeah,
done.
you know, it's okay. We look very similar. You know, I mean, when I put on a big red suit, I look just like you. So,
It was Kobe.
yeah, it was Kobe. Maybe it was me. I don't know. It was someone. Either way, it was great. But yeah, I mean, you know, this is what you can expect out of North American talent in 2016. You know, really just incredible plays like that.
Yeah, we will be back tomorrow with more All-Star big plays and another full day of league action. We're going to be starting off with the regional matchup between the CIS and the NALCS. We're going to have all the 80 carries in our marksman matchup. Then we have the round of 16 of the 1 versus 1s. And that will all hit your streams tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 2 a.m. for our night owls over in Europe. And if you missed any of today's action, we will be rebroadcasting day 1 of All-Star 2015 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 6 p.m. in Central Europe. So that's perfect timing, actually. So from myself and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for tuning in to us, and joining us. And come back tomorrow for more All-Star 2015. Nailed it.
It is a battle of pride. Europe beating the hometown North American squad. 4 kills in less than a minute. But Hooney's taking a turret shot. Double left has got his double kill. And that's it. Let's take a look. Hooney. Counter-Strike is charging, that's a 4-man stun. Bjergsen's already down. Pull in, Rookie and Cora. Here they come. The wall is out. And LPL will find themselves 4 kills. Team Ice, 150 points.
Exhaust is down. He's going to try to claw his way to freedom, but he's burning. First blood.
At 1 vs 1 tournament, I played versus Malzahar.
Oh, really?
I have 100% win rate.
Oh, no.
So you know he lost.
Oh, no.
Hangs on by a thread, but that is another grab, but that's it.
What is going on today?
Yeah, all right.
Security.
He's trying to cheer him on.
Hooney, 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 Hooney.
The clear love flash is in for the W. Boosting to the other cross. What a play coming in.
Another 100 points going to Ice as the LPL takes down the LMS.
But he doesn't want to get in. Here we go. Trouble. Exhausted down. One more shot, and Lift comes up with the win. He wants to finish this up. Can he do it? The stun. The outplay.
Hey, does Volbear do magic damage?
Wait. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, D.
I'm so nervous.
He got Faker. No way! He hits a cleaver before the flash. Can he finalize the kill? It's going to be LCK picking that one up for fire. Give me 100 points.